Hello Kingsters, and today I figured I would talk about a funny subject. So these will be the top 3 most embarrassing moments of my life. You're going to want to stick around for this. Let's see here. I'm going to go with these in chronological order. Back whenever I was in 6th grade, I'm going to say yes, 6th grade, I forget why, but my teacher was having this huge camp out where all the students came over and had these huge tents and blah blah blah. And I remember I was there, Brandon was there, and a bunch of other kids were there. And kids play games, especially when you're outside. Back before they had smartphones, you wouldn't sit there on your smartphone and play games. You would actually have to go and make your own games up. So I remember we were playing hide and seek, and we had this tree. So let me just map this out for you. We had the house on the far left side of the property. We had the camps up front of the house, and then we had this tree way over here. And then where we had the tents out, they had these huge lines, because these tents were as tall as the house, fit like 10 people, 20 people in each. They had the huge lines, like ropes going from the top of the tents and connecting into the ground, to hold it down in place or whatever. And then from there, and around the back, there was clotheslines where, you'd hang your clothes up to dry, or whatever. So we were playing hide and seek, and the tree was base. And I was hiding, and in these bushes, I remember up behind the house, there was a back porch, and under that there were bushes. I was up under the bushes hiding. I remember looking out and seeing Nick, who is the guy that was it. Nick was looking around, and I could see him. And when you get into a serious hide and seek game, it's like I get in this mind frame where I think the person looking for me is a murderer, and my life depends on the fact of him not finding me, because I'm weird like that, and I want to win. I don't want to be found. So I'm sitting there hiding in this bush, on the ground, and when I see him approaching me, I'm out of breath, it's not even there. It's so quiet that I can't even hear it. And I'm not even moving or even breathing at this point, and I'm just looking up, and I'm just he's literally standing 1.5 feet away from my face. And I'm this, and I'm in that mind frame where this is a murderer guy and he's gonna kill me. So I'm just and he takes 2 steps beyond me. He didn't see me under the bush. As soon as he takes 3 or 4 steps away, I hit my right foot up and I kick up off the ground and push myself up, take off under that tree. I'm this is my one chance not to be killed. So I come darting out of that bush, and I'm behind the house, and I just go doosh, and he turns around and goes phew, after me. And we were in this deadlock chase, and I turn around and look back at him, and I see him looking at me and I'm just oh fuck. When you're in that killer's gonna kill you stage, you're just running as fast as you can, not even looking where you're going. I'm looking back, and next thing I know, my neck hits the clothesline, and I go up and around the clothesline and land straight face down in the dirt. And dude, I tell you what, that hurt so bad. I had a red mark all the way across my neck for almost 2 weeks. It was horrible. But the embarrassing part was they had to call my dad out there. They had because they wanted to make sure I wasn't hurt. So my dad had to show up, and all the teachers and the students were crowded around me. And this was a 2-parter. If the day couldn't have got worse. So I don't know why they split us up like this. In one tent, this is weird. And the middle part where the teachers were staying, boys on this side, girls on this side. Well, the teachers were alright, you guys need to get in your separated areas, and we'll be in there in a few minutes. And they were outside by the fire. So I'm laying there on the boys' side, and my neck is just killing me, and I'm just face palming, and I just made myself look like the biggest fool in front of everybody. So we're sitting there, laying there, and their boys and girls are throwing a flashlight back and forth between one another through this middle of the tent. It's boys, hey, stop it, So he's throwing his flashlight, and the next thing I know, the flashlight comes up and pegs me right in the eyeball. And I wake up the next morning, and I have a black eye like this, and a red light across my neck like someone cut me open, and I go home like that. And that was pretty embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's see here. The next one happened, I had these thought out. Okay, well, Burger King incident. I call this Burger King incident because that's what it was. I was in Burger King. Let's see, how am I doing on time so far? I gotta speed this one up. So I was at Burger King, and it's one of those weird times where it's packed, but everybody's so hungry they're eating and not talking. You know, so you got every seat's full, and all you can hear is the people in the back doing what they're doing. It's weird, but it happens every now and then. So we're sitting there eating, and then I'm like 14 at this time, and so we get up to go, and everybody throws their food away, you know, the trays, empties them out, and for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to take my drink and throw it inside in Burger King and McDonald's. They have those trash cans that you just put stuff in like that, and like, you know, flings back and forth. So I didn't empty my tray, drank the rest of my drink, took 2 steps back, and for some reason thought it would be a good idea to go whoo, and throw it inside the thing. Of course it didn't go in, it went like this. Top of the cup was up here, bottom's down here, it goes whoosh, whoosh, and ice went everywhere. I'm talking about a full cup of ice just went all over the floor in a place where no one was talking. And like, I just looked up and seen everybody, like so many eyes looking at me, and I'm just like, I gotta throw that cup away, but I don't want to. I'm so embarrassed. Like I threw the cup up, picked the cup up, threw it away, and ran out before I could pick the ice up. I was just wanting to get out of there. And the last one was really embarrassing. I was in 8th grade, and okay, a little TMI, just so you know, it's gonna be a TMI moment. Back in like between 5th and 8th grade or 9th grade, I had this like I didn't want to wear boxers anymore. Like I was like, I ain't gonna wear boxers. I get to choose not to. Hey. So I didn't wear boxers. And it was the last day of school in 8th grade. So all the boys got together in PE, and we were able to play tackle football. Oh my God, for once the teachers were gonna let us play tackle football. Walk down like 50 stairs into this huge empty field. And so we were all out there goofing off, and guys were jumping over the fence instead of going around. So I just leap, pull myself up, and whoosh, one leg over the other, and jump over. And when I do, my pants completely rip from the top of my crotch all the way to the back, wide open. I'm talking about like, whoosh, my pants just flew open. And so I get to the other side, and I squeeze my legs together, and I'm just like, oh. And there was like 8 or 9 boys that seen what happened. And the coach said, hey, kid, you can't jump over, jump back over and come through the fence. And I'm like, oh God, no, please don't tell me he's gonna make me do this. And I was like, coach, I can't. He's like, no, don't back talk me. I said, jump back over and come through the opening of the gate. I was like, coach, listen, I can't just jump back over right now and go to the gate or go up to the principal's office. So I'm like, fuck it. So the next thing I do is I leap back over, and when I reach the other side, the only thing I hear is, oh, from like 50 plus boys, like, ugh. And I knew I just flashed in my entire junk from the back. So Eddie, my friend back then, he gave me his jacket. I wrapped it around my waist and went up to the office and was like, I am fucking leaving today. I am not going to take this anymore. So I didn't. I left, and I was, so yeah, those are 3 of my big embarrassing moments. Don't forget to subscribe, and Kingsters, all of you Kingsters out there, tell me what your embarrassing moments were down below. I will talk to you next time, and have a great day.